Are you starting your cruise from Rome, Italy? If so, you may have heard it's a little complicated. But what's it like? What can you expect? We have a full port report to help you prepare and plan accordingly. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Rome needs no introduction, but when your cruise starts here, you actually board in the city of Civitavecchia, about 73 kilometers northwest of central Rome. Rome is inland, and Civitavecchia is Rome's port since ancient times. It's also the main point of entry for cruises across the Mediterranean. It's a huge port area with more than 20 docks. Most cruise ships use about 5 at a time. Key 11, 12, 12B, 13A, and 13B, with the occasional Pier 25, which is where we went to. In fact, it's so spread out you may not see your ship at first, since this is all commingled in a massive industrial area. For all that, getting to your pier is facilitated by one central shuttle bus terminal, Largo della Pace. Civitavecchia itself is a small port city with a few points of interest, but almost everyone uses the place as a byway between Rome and the port. So let's recount our personal experience of getting here, with all the details we found along the way. Our plan was to fly from the US to Rome and stay overnight in Civitavecchia itself before boarding the next morning. In fact, at a hotel just a block away from Largo della Pace. We flew into Rome's Leonardo da Vinci Airport, which is about 50 minutes by car or train southwest of Rome's central train station. So what's this airport like? More compact than we expected, and a bit on the hectic side. But signage is pretty clear, with a certain flair and a design that lets you know you're in Italy. This floor layout looks like a Hot Wheels track. This leads to a baggage claim area with some pretty cool travel assistance right there while you wait for your bags. You can get train tickets here, as well as use these kiosks to arrange a taxi or shuttle ride. It's super appreciated. So how do you get to Civitavecchia? Choose rails or wheels. For rails, if you're going to Rome first, you can take the train from here to Rome Termini Station. 10 to 15 euros per person for the train to Rome, about 35 minutes on a direct train. To get to Civitavecchia by train, you still need to go to Rome first, then transfer. From Rome to Civitavecchia, trains leave every half hour or so and cost about 11 euro, taking about 70 to 80 minutes. From there, Largo della Pace is a 20-minute walk away, or you can take the Argo buses to there, which cost 2 euros one way, baggage included, and takes about 15 minutes. I'd allow 2.5 to 3 hours total from airport to port, and since there might be delays, it's not recommended to try this on your port day. For us, going directly to Civitavecchia, wheels were the no-brainer option. It's more expensive, of course, around 130 to 150 euros one way. But with our group of 3, after a long flight from the US, plus luggage, it just made sense to expedite getting to our hotel as soon as possible. The ride takes about 40 to 50 minutes, traffic permitting, and it's door to door, all worth the extra cost for us. We pre-arranged our ride through the hotel, but you can either pre-arrange independently, get a cruise line shuttle, or seek out a ride once at the airport through kiosks and other services along the outside concourse. By the way, expect a lot of hustle bustle here, as drivers and passengers try to find each other. You can also get quick cash at the ATM, or get a SIM card. Now, if you're used to efficiency and timeliness, well, you'll have to adjust those expectations here. This is Italy, after all. Things run, shall we say, in a looser fashion, so pack some added patience. Our driver met us and took us to the parking lot across the street. The ride was fairly sedate scenery-wise, but a thrill ride inside the van. In the land of Ferrari and Lamborghini, speed is king and tailgating is a casual sport. By the way, if you're getting good info from this video, please hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, consider subscribing or bookmark us. We'll have weekly port reports, ship tours, and tips ready and waiting when you need it. Civitavecchia itself is compact and easy to walk around, with most of what's needed fairly close to the water. For example, there are a number of pharmacies close to the train station. There's also clusters of car rental offices along the train station and near Largo della Pace. We'll leave a partial list of both below in our description. Hotel Traghetto is an older, family-run 3-star hotel that we picked for its super convenient location. Reasonable rooms, very narrow showers, strong AC, and very chunky keys, which, according to the clerk, prevents people from forgetting them. Also makes a good makeshift club. We just had enough time and energy with our jet lag for a short stroll and a lovely seaside dinner. And this lovely seaside restaurant had great food and a nice view of the old harbor. At night, the town had a magic to it that made me wish we had more overnights. Luckily for us, we had a balcony to enjoy. The breakfast was included downstairs with breads, meats, yogurt, and freshly made coffee. As expected, the walk was super short, but the sidewalks were still rough on our bags. You enter from the front, show your ship card or medallion, and are directed to your destination ship's designated bus via sign and/or attendants. It's a small area with lots of passengers to move, so they try to get you on your way ASAP. The bus itself was comfortable, with lots of room for bags, of course. Mind you, we were early to the ship, so imagine this space crowded. Also, it was a lengthy ride to our dock since we encountered pretty heavy traffic coming in. We caught the ship's outgoing flow of passengers, so it was a little like swimming upstream. Now once we got there, things got a little confusing. Where do we stand in line to get in? There's the folks leaving, with the pre-arranged rides and tour buses. There was also this very long line under this tent leading to two different bus types. The free red bus to town, but not the train station, and this paid green bus to the train station. We asked around and found this line, where we waited in the sun. Eventually, we were led into a processing tent by another passenger. A bit chaotic, but we got through it. Now once in, it was as standard as any other terminal. Once through security, we had to check in. Bathrooms and chairs are available. Everyone was quite friendly and professional. The whole journey was okay. Airport transfer was fairly easy, and the port itself keeps passengers moving, but just bring some patience and hopefully a little extra time. Like we said, this is not a port to fly in and board the same day. What was your experience here? Anything to add or suggest? Leave us a comment.